Yeah, this might really slow us down a bit.
The first significant obstacle, which is just... we don't know how long this goes on for. Hello and welcome to the channel, where my cousin James and I are trying to cross Ilkley Moor in a straight line, inspired of course by Tom Davies, the GeoWizard himself. And I'll leave the introductions to Sir James and myself. Alright, this is a compulsory straight line mission. Piece to camera in the car.
Yep, first one. Our first attempt.
First of many.
Hopefully. Where are we going, Thomas?
So we're on the west side of Ilkley Moor. We're going to do a 5-mile tromp across a few fields. Hopefully fences rather than dry stone walls, because we'd feel a bit bad about knocking those down. Over a little stream, into a forest.
Coniferous?
Yeah.
Okay.
Coniferous forest. And then up and over the moors.
Back down.
It's currently exactly 0 degrees. So we're hoping it, I don't know, it's not going to warm up, is it?
It's not. Very misty.
It doesn't get colder.
But
very misty.
means the farmers can't spot us.
Exactly, those Welsh farmers in Ilkley.
Yeah, nasty.
And we're going to be filming on... no, I'll be filming occasionally on my phone, and James is going to be navigating on the OS Maps app of his phone.
Yep.
And we're going to try and work out afterwards exactly how to record a line, maybe via Strava.
We'll see how it goes.
And James is going to do some Bear Grylls impressions.
Not true.
We're at the start point. Perfect timing. That farmer in that tractor was literally parked on his tractor on our start point at his farmhouse and is now slowly driving off. So we're going to get to do a proper start once he's gone. Luckily, the very first bit is going up this ridge. Once we're over that with the fog, I don't think I'll be able to see us, so we should be in the clear. All right, James?
Alright, just waiting for that guy to go, aren't we?
Yeah. And then this is the, we're at the start of the line here.
This is the beginning, yes?
This is the beginning, behind these houses.
And up over this, and then we should be clear.
I think he's far enough away.
Let's do it. Here we go.
Let's go. Beginning of the mission. Oh, I need to set on Strava actually. And we were off. Away from the farm, onto the moors, and feeling pretty proud of ourselves. And there we have it.
Yep, up on top.
Up out the farms. The rumble of the tractor is long gone. And
yeah, feeling good.
feeling good. Looking forward to our first.
Should be that way.
Looking forward to our first hedgerow.
Well, we'll see what it's like.
That's what it's like. We might not get any hedgerows. What would you feel about that?
Oh, I'd be disappointed, to be honest.
Might be all fences and walls.
I want to barrel through one.
Throw our bags over just for the sake of it. And yeah, this is a bit down. I was kind of expecting it to be continuously up through here.
No, just that initial burst.
Just that initial burst.
How's the fitness, Tom?
Well, it's feeling okay at the moment, but we have only gone. I think I'm feeling a bit smug early because I feel like we've already been victorious. I think we've got about 200 metres.
To be fair, it's not that far.
It's only 5 miles, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
so it's telling us. Oh, signs of farm activity here. It's telling us it's only going to take us 2 hours, but we've been promised by Tom Davies, GeoWizard himself, that it always takes longer than you think.
Oh, here we go. First obstacle coming up, and it's looking like a barbed wire fence.
All right.
Good.
Off you go then, James.
Okay, putting my gloves on.
Gloves on.
Amateur wouldn't have gloves.
What kind of amateur wouldn't have gloves? It's a good question. Shots fired.
These are my new trousers. Not some old camo ones, so I don't want to wear them.
You've not got the option, James, of if a farmer sees you, just doing what Tom does and say, just march.
In March, or alternatively just like hide, bunker down. Or and it's as easy as that. There we go. Nice.
So obviously in our inexperience, we veered slightly off the line there. James, what do you reckon? How much did we lose?
Oh, hang on. No, follow that. I don't know, maybe 15 metres, 10 metres?
Okay. We'll have to try and find a way afterwards of working out how far from the line we got, but we can cross that bridge when we come to it. Or, if we fail drastically, not do that.
I can still hear that tractor. He's kind of circling around it.
Yeah, he's rumbling down in the valley, isn't he?
Not too worried though.
Oh. I'm sure we're not walking in a straight line, James, are we?
Yeah.
We were. But it was at this point we were starting to realise that the phone OS map strategy maybe wasn't the best. Whether it was because the phone didn't quite have the GPS signal or didn't have the resolution in the Maps app, we just found it was really easy to be wandering offline, 10 metres, even 20 metres. And we thought that a platinum run was potentially in the balance. We thought that meant you had to stay 10 metres to the line rather than Tom's 25. But for the moment, just carrying on up and over the grassy moors.
First wall. We had an initial plan to do a straight line mission across from Malham Tarn down towards Kilnsey Crag, but looking at the OS, there were too many beautiful limestone, dry stone walls that way, so we changed our plan. But obviously, there's still going to be a few anywhere in Yorkshire, really. So best not to break them.
Very nice. Right.
So we've drifted slightly left of the line. We've got a slight issue, having not learned from Tom Davies, with battery. We're trying to film on my phone and navigate on James's phone, but
Bit worried it's
a few hours, yeah, exactly, might run out.
Next
for a few
issue
hours.
is this.
The more pressing issue is this, which doesn't look as bad on camera, sadly. But it's quite a steep valley.
Deep down, it looks very west.
And then at the bottom looks very wet, and then a wall, and then a fence, and then a steep up.
So yeah, lots to contend with.
Lots to contend with.
But as you can see, James had no trouble at all getting down the steep slope, hopping over the stream, and jumping over the wall and the fence to take us on to our next challenge. And at this point, we were feeling unstoppable.
So, conquered the chasm, which may be a slightly grandiose term for small stream valley. And the next thing, which my phone camera is struggling to capture, looms out of the darkness, our first forest.
Very Tolkien-esque, isn't it?
God, my phone really doesn't like filming it. Can't focus on it because of the mist.
That's a bit weird.
It might start. It's doing better now.
Looks quite dense.
There we go. Now it's in focus.
So it's not too bad.
So we've got a small fence to get in. That should be no bother. And then, how long is this forest, James? It's quite a way.
Yeah, about a mile.
About a mile
There's a few streams in it, but there won't be much.
of this.
Ooh, that is dark. Right, there we go.
So the good news is, beautiful, spacious trees. Not even having to utilise our clever thoughts to bring gloves. So just pleasant walk through, slight zigzag.
Yeah, can't go in a very straight line, can you?
Can't go in a very straight line. We're kind of going diagonal to the way they've been planted. But no complaints here. And suddenly, our beautiful forest is gone.
Looks like the Somme or something.
Looks like what?
The Somme.
Looks like the Somme. It does. It feels like a battlefield, and the glorious army of trees have been decimated.
I think the chainsaws won that one.
The chainsaws won.
Little did we know, this would be the best terrain we would have for a while.
Yeah. So now we've got what looks to be kind of horrible, boggy / heathery ground underfoot, and then these slightly lower Christmas trees, which might provide a bit more difficulty for us to get through. So we'll.
Spiky.
What was that?
They're possibly spiky.
Yeah, they are spiky.
Very painful to walk next to.
So I think we're making great progress, James.
So far.
We're only going 5 miles today.
No.
How much does Tom do? 7?
No,
8? He normally does what, 10?
10 or so.
So we're doing about half what he'd normally do in a day. But we got lighter packs. We've managed to choose a 5 mile stretch that is obviously a bit more amenable to a straight line mission. So this is very much a first run. The ultimate dream, well, I don't know about the ultimate dream, but the next task is what, James?
We were thinking about going across an island.
An island in Scotland, the Isle of Arran.
Yeah, Arran could be a good option.
The whole way across, east to west. So for a few mountains. Oh, look at this, James.
Yeah, it's another chickeny and a pheasant, I think. No one in there. No one home.
Could do a little bothy in there. Yeah, well, anyway, we were thinking about doing Arran, which is a little island, east to west, about 10 miles, but over nice mountains and nice... Whoa.
Ow. Ow.
Nice mountains, nice terrain, and I think a lot of Scotland is a bit more kind of public access land, isn't it? So,
Yeah, you've got the right to roam up there, so...
message out there to my 2 subscribers, one of which is James here, and the other one of which I think is maybe my sister, but I'm not sure. So message out there to the mighty Tom Atherton subscriber family. Keep an eye out for the Isle of Arran straight line mission.
Like, comment and subscribe.
Like, comment and subscribe. Yeah. And if you sign up for my Patreon, which doesn't exist, and James only informed me about the existence of the company yesterday, then you can get secret footage. There is a secret video on YouTube which you can't find
That is true, actually.
about our adventures yesterday in a cave called Weathercock Cave in Yorkshire.
We were asked not to put it on Space Tube.
We were asked specifically via email. It's in somebody's garden, this cave. And we were asked not to put it on Space Tube. But it's an interesting cave. The artist Turner went and painted it. It's got a massive waterfall in this kind of pothole. And the artist Turner went and painted it when it was in flood. And it is very impressive. So sign up to my non-existent Patreon and you won't be able to see it. There's a tempter. Back in the beautiful tall trees out of the slightly annoying Christmas tree area. And it looks like we're about to emerge out onto the moor for the last time.
No, still got quite a bit more.
A few more forests. Right. Having absolutely stormed through the first part of the morning, we've hit
Yeah, this might really slow us down a bit.
the first significant obstacle, which is just... We don't know how long this goes on for, but it's just impossibly thick, fallen down trees, closely packed.
Yeah.
This might be a gloves on, do you reckon?
I was just taking mine off, I'm too hot. You need to
All
be
right.
slightly left, which is good.
Slightly to the left.
Dodge this fallen one.
Okay, and then we're gonna just bash our way through,
Too bad.
slowly but surely.
Okay.
Let's get going. Slightly more open than it first looked, but pine needles down the neck is a real issue. Right, James,
look at all these.
explain the approach.
I just thought like minimal face covering
Yeah.
and a hood as well.
Yeah.
To stop the back of my neck getting in my buff. So
Stop the needles going down.
I can see how we go.
We've just had a full
quite well, actually.
D needle on a path, and we reckon in terms of distance we're maybe 2/3 of the way through, but we're worried that the last third of this forest is all going to be this tough stuff, the Christmas trees.
Impossible to say.
Impossible to say. But then onto the open moor, and we're hoping once we're on the open moor, might be a bit heathery, it might be a bit boggy, but we'll know we're on the home straight. So fingers crossed. We'll be feeling pretty good when we get out of this forest. So by absolute chance, on the line, unplanned, little channel. Absolutely dreamy. And making cracking progress. And just like that, out of the trees, and onto the moor. James is thinking about something. There's a what? Down there? Apparently there's a farmer. I can't see him at all. Where are you looking? Right down by those white things.
They're cows.
Oh, those white things.
We shouldn't climb over the fence.
Being cows.
So could this be it? Our first real encounter with a cross Yorkshire farmer? No. No, it couldn't.
Oh, it's a runner. It's a runner.
Alright.
I think we're okay. So, yeah, very new territory. They're not cows, James. They're not cows. They're bags of
Yeah, alright.
stones or something.
One likes
Here we go.
They're
Lovely
wet
more
buckstone
boulders. We'll have to see what the line brings us. Nice.
Hey, some really interesting ice on here. Have a look.
Ice.
Almost like perfect. Oh, and it makes it very slippery.
Where are you looking? Oh, here. See, it is cold.
And
Over to you.
coming over. There's a well-built wall, that one. Very solid. Some nice big rocks.
Solid.
He says as he tries to knock it down. There we go.
Right, she stopped with some glorious mini cheddars, and James
Got half the forest with me.
emptied his boots out.
So there we were, through the most challenging part of the day, and hoping that we might get a lovely view from the moors.
But as James was just saying, it's still incredibly misty, which in a way is good. Nice rock.
It's not good anymore, really, because we're now on access land, which we're out, so we can go anywhere. We're not meant to just stick to footpaths.
That's true, we're on access land now,
Really,
so
it would be nice if it's cleared now.
it'd be good to be able to see, but
And we can see where we're going.
also people won't think we're as weird,
That's true.
considering we're walking here and there's a footpath just over there. So people might think we're a bit peculiar.
Never mind.
Grouse out on the moor.
Yeah, quite a lot from that, isn't
Yeah. Oh, hello. Close ones. I've hoped there aren't any people out shooting them.
it? Yeah.
Shooting, yeah. Don't make that noise, James. We were just talking about line analysis and how to work out how close on average you were to the line. We reckon so far our maximum distance from the line is probably somewhere between 10 and 20 metres, just because we're not able to keep the maps app open all the time because of battery, so we just wander slightly off. But
yeah,
I think that's, to me, that's the most important one. Maximum distance from the line. So I think if we can somehow work that out, that'd tell us whether, according to the scoring system that Tom Davies uses, whether we got a platinum, gold, silver, bronze, right?
Yep.
I don't think average comes into that calculation.
But surely for a shorter distance route, it needs to be more precise.
Yeah. I mean, in an ideal world, we'd have a GPS and we'd be able to have it out all the time to stay close to the line, and we're going to have been 10 to 20, but
Yeah. Today should have been like
for a practice, I think Arran's going to be our big one.
Yeah, build up
Across
to
the
that.
wilds of Arran, probably towards the coasts, there's going to be, you know, some farmland to contend with.
Yeah, a bit, but not much really.
Not much.
Up, streams.
Yeah, streams to cross, mountain streams, mountains themselves. I hopefully will avoid Goat Fell, because I think that might have some bits on a straight line which don't quite manage for us to do. But
It'll be fun. Stay tuned.
stay tuned, yeah. But this is good practice. I mean, it's been a good fun day so far. We've absolutely powered through much quicker than we expected.
Yeah, it's currently 11:42. When did we start? Like,
We must have started at like 10:30,
no.
10. But we deliberately planned it so that we would get minimal fields, didn't we? We weren't so keen on the fields bit.
No.
And we wanted to maximise forest, because there's not that much forest around here, which we've now done. It's good to get that practice out of the way, because it was, I think, although it looks quite bad, I think it was a bit easier than I was expecting, the forest.
Yeah, it was. We never was stuck.
And then now,
Carried on.
yeah, just kind of powered through. And now we're just crunching our way across the moor, which I can't quite think of any way that we're going to have big deviations. Maybe if we get to later on, there's obviously the Rocky Valley and
Big cliffs.
some big cliffs, but I think we managed to skirt them, so it should be, I mean,
Yeah.
don't want to say it, but it should be on the path to a relatively good run now.
Yeah.
We're going to go straight through the boggy reeds, or are we actually going to maybe hit this gap?
That would be ideal.
At the moment we're wading through tussocks.
Wading is a strong term.
What do you go for?
I'd just say sculpting.
Sculpting? Stepping?
Yeah. I don't think we're going to need to get the inflatable kayak out.
Someone call Verity to come and meet us for a stop off.
Resupply.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Reeds. It's not a good sign for underfoot condition. I think it might be boggy. How is it, James? Soft. Yeah. The moss kind of supports your weight, doesn't it?
Just about. Don't feel completely confident.
Despite the fact it would have made entertaining footage, James completely refused to fall into a bog at any point. So here's him successfully crossing another small stream.
So on the map we're coming up to something marked as, what is it, James? Badger Stone. It's going to be an exciting reveal for...
Ancient markings on.
It's got what, sorry?
Ancient markings.
Is it on the line, or do we have to go to the right?
No. We're meant to go over here. If you zoom in, you won't be able to see it.
For the
You
line.
can see it from here.
Wow.
Neolithic stone markings.
Look at that line. Can I zoom in now? No. You have to zoom in with your eyes. There's even, tempting us, a little bench looking at the stone.
It can't be done.
Got to stick to the line.
Go stick to the line. Bracken.
Yeah. We've not had much. In terms of terrain, what have we had? We've had forest, fields at the beginning, then forest. Lots of moor, a bit of bog,
Yeah.
but mostly kind of heather and moss.
And this is bracken.
And now this, first time I mean, obviously in winter now it's fine, but in the summer, this would be battling through head height, shoulder height bracken. So definitely easier at this time of year. And we're now thinking in a few hundred metres, we're kind of going to get to the slightly rockier section of Ilkley Moor. And we just got to pray, because we didn't really look at the map with the satellite view. We just got to pray we don't go through any impassable bits, but fingers crossed, I think we should skim the different ones and finish down by the road in not too long. Absolutely. In 5 kilometres, we can actually hear the first people that we've heard way back since the rumble of the tractor from the farmer.
Yeah, that's right.
Briefly saw that jogger, didn't he? He gave us a friendly wave, but
Yeah, a few people, but not many.
no, not many at all.
There'll
I
be
guess.
more around now.
Yeah, well,
watching
definitely.
us just talking to ourselves. The top of Rocky Valley.
So I think Rocky Valley is now kind of down there to our left.
The map calls it Backstone Beck.
It's quite a steep descent here.
It's hairy. Make sure we get
Bingo.
Hey, Annie. Nice save. Good slide. Come to the edge of a little abandoned quarry. For a while it looked like it was going to be very steep edges, but fortunately it's kind of this little ridge to lead us down. To the bottom and carry on with the line. So quite suddenly we're out on a beautiful path. James thinks he's seen some buildings. It might be. Once we get down to the road,
We're nearly there. I can see the cars. Like all of a sudden.
suddenly we're going to suddenly get to the road.
If you slightly to the left, you can't use this path, I'm afraid, Thomas.
Okay, off in the reeds again. All the long grass. How was it, James?
Yeah, I enjoyed myself, thank you. How about you?
Yeah, I think it was good fun. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I just feel like it's asking for trouble.
Yeah.
I feel like we should try something harder.
I would agree.
Maybe a bit more jeopardy.
But I think this was a good one to do. I feel we've learnt a lot about what kind of gear to bring, what to wear.
We need a GPS, really,
Need a
don't we?
GPS, really, yeah. I think the route itself was good. You know, I think we spent some time yesterday finding a really good one,
Yeah.
and that paid off.
Variety of terrains, but I almost feel that we may be over-prepared. We found a route that was almost too easy.
That's true. Yeah,
We were worrying about things like field boundaries, weren't we? Fences, walls.
Yeah, we tried to.
In the
avoid
end,
those.
actually, there were only, I know we minimised, there's only 4 or 5, but they weren't a problem, were they?
They were not. We were absolutely dreaming.
So we could maybe risk next time a few more of those
Definitely.
if we wanted to do a longer, slightly riskier route.
Yep. I think the big thing for me as well is, you know, it's really, really easy to just drop off the line.
Yeah.
It's, you know, 10 metres sounds like a lot, but really it's nothing.
Really, yeah. The second you take your eyes off the screen,
Yeah.
you can drift.
I mean,
Yeah.
But I will say we've had hard conditions for navigating, but you know.
Yeah. It would be nice to be able to see a long way and fix a point and just think, I'm going to walk straight towards that.
Exactly. We've not been able to, but you know, I think we've done well.
Yeah.
And here's looking forward to the next one.
Here's looking forward to the next one. The last thing, all we've got to do to finish this off, James,
Yeah.
is check if the road is salty.
Check if the road is salty. All
Yeah.
right.
See if we truly are
Yep.
at the end of the straight line. The legendary moment. People might think you're a bit strange.
You think?
Yeah. Some quite a busy road.
Yeah.
Are you going to go tongue to tarmac, or are you going to
No
go
way. Bit on
just
the
dab
finger.
of the finger?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Used to make this road.
You got to get that. You got to get some off the tarmac there, James. Come on.
Okay. And here we are. Like that.
Salty?
It's a bit actually.